What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome to an update. In this update, I'm going to be talking about Patreon, the channel as a whole, and a Danganronpa giveaway, so stay tuned. Now, the first thing I want to say is Patreon is changing. Now, when I first started Patreon, I was in my gap year between graduating from college and starting medical school, and I was in quite the financial pinch, but I was also taking time to do a lot of things I enjoyed, and I had a lot more free time, and I could promise a lot more when it came to Patreon. However, that has definitely changed, not just of recently, but as of really last year and the start of med school and everything. And I felt bad that I wasn't really fulfilling everything I said I could offer on Patreon. So I've been in touch with patrons for the past few weeks on revamping the rewards and making it so that the rewards I do offer are things that I can feasibly offer, and rewards that people are going to want to actually utilize. So I wanted to briefly go over the changes for that. The first change is that the $1 tier is going to be inclusion in credits and my thanks, right? So any bit of money helps. I'm going to be in debt for the next 10 years given the medical education system, and so any monetary support means a lot, as does any other non-monetary support, liking videos, sharing the videos with friends, commenting on them, all that good stuff. But yeah, $1, you know, you get my thanks, and you get credits at the end of every single episode. If you notice, there's an end slide that usually has like a next episode thing, an advertisement for some other series, and some cool visuals going on and some hype music or whatever. So there's a big screen, or a big slide on screen that has all of my patrons' names, so you can include yourself there and have it marked in YouTube's history that you were my patron during one of my series. A little bit above that is the $3 tier, where if you are a patron of this tier, you have early access to videos, which is pretty self-explanatory. How it's going to work a little bit more concretely is one day in advance you'll have access to a Google Drive that contains the video for the upcoming day, and it's pretty straightforward. In addition to having that early access, you also have access to a specific Discord channel for patrons that, well, is exclusive. So you have access to that, and in that channel you can talk about real-time progress in games. As you might imagine, my progress in the games I'm actually playing for YouTube differs quite a bit at times from what's actually uploaded on YouTube. So you have the ability to ask and find out how far I actually am in the games I'm playing for YouTube, and you can discuss everything up until my real-time progress, not just what's uploaded on YouTube. As you know, I'm very picky about spoilers, and that extends to Discord as well, but you have a little bit of an exception from that rule, in that you can talk about anything up until where I'm actually at in games. And I'll talk a little bit more about recording in advance and everything a little bit later. Next up is going to be the $5 tier, and patrons of this tier can participate in something called Patron Pick, which is going to be a video series where 2 times a month, for a total of 2 videos, there will be a sort of one-off video that's anywhere from half an hour to an hour long, where I just play a game, and as you might imagine, the patrons get to pick what game I play. Obviously, given I actually have the game and can record the game, and I have, you know, access to all that information, my backlog of games and all that stuff available in the patrons chat. So if you were to be a patron of this tier, you would have all of that to work with. And patrons of this tier also have access to some art. I know that I'm personally a fan of, you know, kind of collecting digital art and wallpapers and all that stuff, and I know that some people might be interested in art related to my Let's Plays, and I thought that it would be a cool idea if you wanted, at the end of a series, I can create a nice folder that contains all the thumbnails I used from that particular series, both used and unused, because I do mess around and maybe make some thumbnails that don't make the final cut, and you can at least hang on to that. So maybe that's your thing, and you'd enjoy that. If you're incredibly generous and able to donate more monetarily, I don't actually have any more rewards that I can think of to offer. However, there are higher tiers if you'd like to donate a higher monetary amount. Just know that that option is available as well. And again, any support is appreciated, even if not monetary. So don't think that it's just the patrons that are getting all love or anything like that. I appreciate any type of support. Now, with Patreon having been discussed, let's talk about the channel a little bit. So this upcoming year is going to be my busiest year yet. I feel like every year is going to get progressively busier for the rest of my life over the next 10-15 years. But yeah, I've got to prep for what's called Step 1. It's probably the biggest standardized test I'll have taken in my life. Yeah, it's a pretty big deal, and along with that comes a dedicated time period where I'll have roughly a month and a half to 2 months where I'll be studying ridiculous amounts each day and everything. And just know that in preparation for that, in preparation for the higher intensity of studies this year, a lot of times I'm going to have to be recording in advance. It's just a matter of when I have time, when I'm available, and when I feel like playing games for YouTube and such. I'm just going to have to do what I can and as much as I can when I can, rather than try to keep pace with uploads and everything and then try to jam it into my schedule even if I may be a little bit too crowded on that particular day with studies or homework or whatever it may be. So just know that I am going to be recording in advance. It's not ideal because I do like to stay as close to the pace of what's being uploaded to YouTube as I can, but just anticipate that going forward and please be patient and understand. Similarly, because this upcoming year is going to be a lot busier than the previous ones, I'm going to be making some compromises, as my free time decreases progressively and, well, my desire to make Let's Plays and play games and such won't change. I'm simply not going to be able to perfect the Let's Plays as much as I want to. I've made a Zero Thought video on Let's Play perfectionism and how wanting something to be the absolute best it can actually be an obstacle to even doing that thing at all, and an obstacle to doing what you enjoy. So know that I'm going to be working on that, and please be understanding as I try to make things work the best I can, even though they might not be absolutely perfect. And yeah, again, it's just kind of a little of a plea to be patient and understanding as I, work through some things. And speaking of working through things, Lizzy and I are still long distance. I know some of you may be relatively new to the channel, some of you guys may have forgotten from when we were recording Danganronpa and everything, but Lizzy and I are still long distance. We've been dating for almost 3 years now, and we live halfway across the country, and we see each other once a month probably for a weekend. And obviously that doesn't provide a lot of time to record things. Recording things isn't the only thing we want to do, and we're really only able to record when she visits me. And even when she visits me, we have usual limitations on recording setup and times that we have to record given noise and all this other stuff. So please do understand that we're really trying to make things work and get some progress going with the Danganronpa series and all that. But know that it's a lot more difficult than just, you guys have free time, or like, why don't you just, make some time to do it? It's expensive to fly and time is precious. So again, please do understand. Next up I want to talk about is collaborative projects or collaborations. I've actually been wanting to do collabs for a long time. It's something that I've found pretty missing from my YouTube experience. I actually had the opportunity to do a collab with one of my favorite trios or groups of YouTubers, and I completed the entire project. It was really fun. It was with a game I absolutely love, and I had a blast with it. But since finishing the project, which took a couple years, the channel has kind of fallen apart, and people have gone their own separate ways, and it looks like it will never make its way to YouTube, sadly. Aside from that, I'm working on a collab with a friend of mine, and I can't really tell exactly when that'll go up, but I know that it's really difficult to set up collaborative projects and everything because I have, only so much time and effort, and I can really only put so much into organizing my own channel, let alone organizing with someone else. But know that I am looking to do some sort of collaboration with people. If you feel like we get along, just let me know. I'd be down. But know that I can't front 100% of the work or anything like that. And again, just understand. But also let me know if you guys think that there are people I haven't been in touch with or don't know and would get along with. I'd be more than happy to reach out and see if we can work something out. And then lastly, let's talk about this Danganronpa giveaway. Thank you guys for being so patient. Thank you guys so much for listening to kind of the state of affairs, I guess, with my channel. And something I did this most recent summer was visit Japan, which was an absolute blast. It was actually my 4th time being in Japan, and it was my first time being able to go without any obligations, without any school, without any job stuff. All that was gone, and I was just able to travel with Lizzy, and it was an absolute blast. And one of the things I wanted to do when coming back was give away some stuff I picked up while I was there. A lot of stuff that you just can't even find in the US, really. And so that's what I have here. I know a lot of you guys like Danganronpa, so I figured I'd go with something like that. And here's what I've got. The first thing is going to be the collector's edition of Danganronpa 1 for the PSP, or Danganronpa Goodbye Despair. Inside, I think it has a soundtrack, a case, and the game, and it's got this really nice collector's edition box. It's really cool to display. I have one for my own personal collection as well, and yeah, definitely think it's pretty cool. So that should be of interest to the fans. And then we've also got some really nice pins, and I wanted to get some from a few different Danganronpa series that I've played, of course. So we've got one of good old Naegi, we've got Asahina, we've got Shingetsu or Nagisa from UDG, we've got Saionji from DR2, and we've got a pin that is, of course, you know, one of the great ships, Nidai and Owari. So those are pretty cool. They're also in a few different styles and a few different sizes for, you know, maybe wherever you want to end up placing the pins. You guys might be wondering, but wait, where's Komaeda? Where's Komaeda? He's like, you know, good guy Komaeda, and there's so many Komaeda fans. Guys, let me put it this way. A Komaeda pin cost more than the Danganronpa Collector's Edition game and 3 or 4 of those pins combined, which is why you're not going to find much Komaeda things. So, yeah, sorry, this is kind of how it is. But there are also some cool keychains, so maybe if pins aren't your thing or you just don't have places to put pins, there are keychains. And again, another great ship. We got Kuzupeko, so I hope you guys like that. They're also in the 8-bit style, which I thought was really neat. I'm a big fan of that. Lizzy's not a huge fan of the 8-bit style. I mean, she's never really retro classic game or anything like that, but I totally dig it. I'm sure some of you guys do too. But how to enter this giveaway is just leave a comment on this with your favorite memory from a Danganronpa Let's Play Lizzy and I have done. That could be from DR1, DR2, UDG, bonus stuff like Island Mode. I don't think there's anything else I'm potentially missing, but yeah, just leave one of your favorite moments, and it'd be really cool to read those. I would definitely appreciate it. It would definitely be very inspiring for me. And what'll happen is I'll just randomly choose one person from the comments, and I'll reply to your comment letting you know that you won. And that will probably take place a week from the time this video goes up, so you got plenty of time, no rush. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. I made a video a while ago about Danganronpa series and updates regarding V3, the anime, all that stuff, so please check that out. TLDR, DRV3 is pretty far in the future. DR3 is coming up soon, right after Island Mode. That will be a Discord exclusive series, and yeah, that should just about cover it. So again, thank you guys so much for listening. It's always nice when I get to do these updates and just kind of level with you guys about what's going on in my life a little bit, some things I'm trying to improve on, some things I'm trying to change going forward, and asking for your help in doing so. Because of course, you know, I make the videos, but YouTube, and especially forming a community around YouTube channel, is a collaborative effort. So I do appreciate all the support and all the help you guys do offer. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys in whatever video of mine you decide to watch next. But until then, this has been Night Zero, and this mission is complete.